Okay, Art of Drumming, Volume 1, reading text in 4/4. Today we're on page 15. Now, before I continue, there's a few things I'd like to go over. First off, at the end of the video, I'll tell you about the specials I have going on with the book, about my live online lesson site. I'll leave all my contact information. But getting to the instruction, what I highly recommend when playing or practicing is alternating strokes when playing this. My right hand and my left hand should sound the same. I'm using a full stroke. If you notice, there are no accents or dynamic markings. It's just sort of combinations of notations within 4/4 to get familiar with it. It's called reading text. There's no tunes or phrasing or whatever involved. It's just some mathematical possibilities that you'll come across if you intend to read for a living, or when you do buy a methodology book, you understand what they're talking about. So, and counting is essential. You need to count. Now, I'm going to do a different approach to this, but you have some options. In the beginning of the book, I have my counting systems: quarter note count, 1, 2, 3, 4, eighth note count, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 16th note count, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and the eighth note triplet count. Now, I'm going to present this as per downbeat, whichever is occurring. For example, if you look at line 1, measure number 1, I could count that in a 16th note formation and play what's written. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Now that's an option. I like to count, eventually you should count, as the downbeat. I can count it in an eighth note count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or I can count in the quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's up to you. It's whatever works for you better. But I would highly recommend counting the downbeat as written. Okay, with that being said, and like I said, I give you all the contact information for you being able to contact me with some input, or telling me if I'm doing this too fast, not enough in depth explaining it. Your feedback would be definitely appreciated. Okay, page 15, line 1, measure number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the next 3 measures are the same. So I'll play the whole line, line 1. All right, just for you to get familiar with the figure. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the same thing is going to happen on line 2. I gave 4 measures of the same figure so you get familiar with it. So I'm going to play the whole line. I'll do it slow. I'll count as the downbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about explaining to you the alternating strokes. Let me do line 2 complete. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Now I do this, basically I mix it up a little bit more on line 3, so I'll take it measure by measure. So line 3, measure number 1. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 3, measure number 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line number 3, measure number 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Line number 3, fourth measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we come to line 4, and we have a mixture of eighth notes, eighth note rest, 16th notes, quarter notes, so on and so forth. This is where you should just play the downbeat, or count the downbeat. Line 4, measure number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Line 4, second measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Line 4, measure number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Line 4, measure number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Okay? Line 5, measure number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 5, it repeats itself again so you become familiar with the figure. Measure number 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 5, measure number 3. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 5, measure number 4. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Line 6, measure number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and Line 6, measure number 2. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Line 6, measure number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and Line 6, measure number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Okay, line 7, measure number 1. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4. Again, line 7, measure number 2. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 E and Line 7, measure number 3. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. Line 7, measure number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and That takes us to line 8, measure number 1. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 E and Line 8, measure number 2. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. Line 8, measure number 3, just the run of 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Line 8, measure number 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Simple. You need to be consistent, and it's also highly recommended you find a number on the metronome once you understand the figures and play with the metronome. Okay, that completes page 15, and like I said, I'm going to leave my contact information underneath the video, my live online lesson website, my email, my Skype contact, and my Facebook contact. Now, if you feel so inclined to purchase any one of my 4 publications, if you visit my website and go under Matt's Products, you'll see all 4 books. The Art of Drumming reading text in 4/4, the Art of Drumming reading text in 6/8, Rudimental Fun, and ostinato patterns. Now, if you buy 2 or more books, what I am offering, and it's optional, which whenever you want, one free Skype lesson one-on-one, or a free month's pass on my live online lesson site. Now, in addition to all of that, if you go down to the end of the page, the bottom of the page, you'll see a code. If you enter the code when purchasing the book, you will receive an additional 20% discount. I think that's a pretty good offer. And that being said, we're going to close it up. And wherever you are in the world, if it's evening, night, day, lunch, whatever, morning, whatever, have a good day and practice.